I've got this recorded. Continue. It's just, I think it's helpful to have it on record. I think you'll appreciate having it on record. So I'm here today to discuss the complaint file that I put in. I believe you've read it. Is that correct?
As I said, the email is very long, and I've had a cursory look at it. What I've read is the file.
So I am here to discuss the
So
complaint that I've made.
what I've asked you, Erin, is regardless of your email, which is extremely long,
It's my
I'm
complaint.
asking you to verbalize that complaint. So help me understand.
Sure.
So tell me what the issues are.
Okay. So I have put in a complaint about the investigation.
A complaint to
filed
who?
To you, to Central Saanich Police.
Okay.
I've been instructed by Constable Corey Moore
Yes.
to put in a complaint.
Yes, so
because
that is what we're here for today. I want to hear
Can
what
I
your
be-
complaint is. So tell me what your complaint is.
Okay, thank you. So the complaint that you received on the complaint paper that I have submitted and I also emailed to you has
Yes.
4 topics
Right.
that I feel was unsatisfactorily done with the investigation.
Right.
Can you read the top 4? I've summarized them for you in the email.
Okay, let me just back up a little bit so we put some context into this.
Sure.
I received an email from you at like 10 o'clock at night one night, and then I received subsequent email at 4 p.m. yesterday, 3:56. That is very long, and I was off shift at 4, so I'd arranged to meet with you today to discuss this, because at 1 o'clock today I go on leave for 2 weeks. So I reshuffled my schedule to accommodate you so that we could speak face to face and give you the time so you could explain what your concerns were.
Thank you.
That is why I've done this.
Okay, thank you.
Okay? So I'm trying to accommodate you, and I've moved things around
I hear you.
to listen to you.
I hear
So
you. Thank you.
rather than go through this, I don't know, long email, I'm willing to listen to you verbalize it to me. What are your issues and complaints?
Do you mind if I read from my
Okay.
email for
How about
you?
I read it to you?
Okay, so you can just read the top. I've summarized
He
the
can-
first 4
all right.
issues.
So your complaint toward Officer Corey Moore has to do with 4 main issues. He concluded his file prior to receiving all the evidence and prior to speaking with and gathering evidence from a key witness, which you've identified as Rhiannon M. Rhiannon.
No, Rhiannon M. Period. Then the next sentence starts.
Rhiannon M. period. Rhiannon has on multiple occasions reached out to Corey. Okay.
So that's number 1.
All right. So
Number
your
2.
your complaint is that the file has been concluded prior to him completing his investigation. Is that
Correct.
right? Okay.
So number 2.
Number 2, he demonstrated that he did not fully review evidence that was provided.
Correct.
In your opinion?
No,
has
that
not-
was in fact.
How is that?
So that is continued. So I've then
So
summarized.
number 3, we're going down to number 3 now?
Let's do this and
So
then we can
number
talk
3,
about it. Yeah.
He did not ask the suspect, who was cooperative, questions that would have demonstrated the identity of the numbers that have been harassing me and that he was trying to identify. So how do you know that he has not asked the suspect?
I asked him,
Yeah,
and he said he did not ask her those questions.
okay. And when did you speak with him?
This was 2 nights ago when him and Constable Christensen showed up at my house.
Right. Okay. So your complaint in relation to number 3 then is that he didn't ask the suspect questions that you believe he should have asked.
That would have identified
Right.
the number that he was trying to figure
So
out.
what you're trying to tell me from that statement is that your opinion is that he hasn't asked the appropriate questions of a suspect.
My complaint
Right.
is that he did not carry out the investigation.
Right. So
properly.
may I ask what it is that you do for a living?
I'm an accountant
An accountant. Okay.
and I'm studying med.
Okay. So, and this will seem a little bit strange, but it's to put things in
for
a
it.
context. You are not a police officer and investigator, are you?
No.
All right. So just as it would be strange for Corey or myself to tell you how to manage your accounting practices, you may have questions about it, you may have concerns about it, you may want to know a little bit more, but to simply say that you don't believe he did a proper investigation or asked the appropriate questions is coming from somebody who's not a trained investigator.
Okay.
Is that right? Would you agree with me?
Well, I feel like the whole basis of the police complaint and, section 85 or whatever it is that I'm complaining under has to do with exactly what you're saying, is that if a member of public feels that the investigation was not carried out sufficiently, that they can make a complaint.
Of course.
So this is what I'm doing.
Okay, but I'm trying to have you talk about what you're saying here is you're not actually qualified to make that assertion. You can generally come and say, I want somebody to look at it to see if the investigation was done properly.
Correct.
But you're identifying a specific issue that is you're not qualified to say.
Do you need me to rewrite this in a way that
No, I
you
don't.
will then understand
I don't need you to
what I'm
write
saying?
any more. If you want to make a complaint, we'll forward it to the OPCC if you're not satisfied after we speak today. And then it'll be investigated.
So am I hearing you correctly that your issue with the way I've formatted my request is that I've written it in a way that is kind of getting your back up and that you're feeling triggered that I'm making this? Like, I'm just trying to understand because I'm trying to get help.
It would take a lot.
I'm trying to get help,
get me
essentially.
triggered.
Okay.
So what I'm trying to do is to have you look at it in a different way, that you are not qualified by the basis that you're not a police investigator with 14 or 15 years of investigative experience to determine whether or not Constable Moore has done an appropriate investigative avenue in regards to the interviewing of a suspect.
This is your job, correct? Whose
our
job is it?
Exactly.
Whose job
so
is
if
it?
it's our job, let her do our job.
So this is my complaint, is that I'm wanting to shine some light on a case that I
feel
was not done correctly.
So I'm an experienced investigator.
Great, thank you.
So what I'm going to do is I'll look into all the details that I can see and let you know if I'm confident that it was investigated. From the file that I've reviewed so far, I'm satisfied that he's done a very good job.
So the file you've done so far does not include the subsequent evidence that I've now presented to you.
So
I just don't understand why you're coming at me with such contempt and feeling like I'm trying to,
I'm trying to
sabotage you guys in some way. I'm literally
you're being
how am I being?
You're being critical.
Yes.
And you're coming from a place of ignorance.
Okay.
Because you're not an investigator.
So
what I'm trying to explain to you...
If you came to me and you had some thoughts about accounting and you said, hey, I don't think you've done a good job because this and this, I would not say, whoa, mister, I'm a CPA and I know better than you and you have no right to tell me what I don't know and you don't know. I would take you and say, hey, I hear what you're saying. Let's talk about this.
Yeah.
But you instead are looking at me saying, hey, I'm an investigator and I'm this and you have no right to say this to me. I would never say that to you.
I'm not saying that at all.
That's what you just said. I do have it on record, but let's get away from this. I want to deal with the complaint.
So
I don't want to go in circles. I want to deal with the complaint.
Okay, well, this is where maybe you want to be in control of the situation.
And you want to be in control of the situation. Well, I'm not trying to be in control of the
you
situation.
I'm trying to get directing me to look at an email. I'm asking you. I don't want to look at the email. I'm trying to get you to verbalize what your issues are.
Then read the complaint I submitted. I've already asked you. We can redo this at another day if you want to have time to read the complaint.
This is
your job is to take the complaint and read it and then have an interview with me. You haven't read it.
Is that my job?
I'm assuming that's your job.
Okay, well,
so what do you do with complaints when you receive a complaint from the public member?
What I try and do with a complaint is I talk to somebody who's rational and who's going to listen and not try and impose their own view or position, is to open up and listen to somebody.
I'm here. I'm listening.
So you're not listening. I'm trying to explain to you.
You guys keep saying this. I'm listening.
No, you're not listening.
So, okay, you're getting triggered. You said you don't get triggered very easily, and you're getting triggered. I'm trying to have a conversation.
What does that mean to you? I'm getting triggered.
You're being defensive. You're going down avenues that are not helpful in this conversation. I would like to hear what you have to say.
Okay,
I'm sorry I've worded my email. You're talking over me.
I'd like you to stop talking and listen. If you want to listen, stop talking and listen to me. All right? And maybe we can make some progress. So, you're dissatisfied from your opinion about how this investigation has proceeded, correct?
Incorrect.
You're satisfied?
Incorrect.
If you're satisfied,
I'm not satisfied.
okay, well, I just said you're dissatisfied.
I am dissatisfied.
With how the
Correct.
investigation has gone.
Correct.
Okay, so we're agreed. That's what your issue is. You're dissatisfied with how the investigation has happened.
gone. Correct.
Okay, good. All right. So now, what would you like me to do?
So I have sent you a complaint where I have detailed 4 different
Right.
ways in which
Okay,
I
so
am dissatisfied.
I will look at that,
Thank you.
and then I'll make a determination whether or not I feel that the investigation is lacking or more can be done.
Perfect. Thank you.
Okay? You would be happy with that?
That's all I'm asking.
All right. So once I've made that determination, I come back to you, then what?
We will see. I'd like you to go ahead and do your thing.
Yes.
That's what I'm asking for. That's why I've put in the complaint.
Okay. So it's very simple.
It is.
All right. So we could have got there without you directing me to read all of this. I'm trying to get what is it that you want at the end of the day?
I have placed a complaint with Central Saanich Police. It has been forwarded to you.
And
I would like you to do your job.
But see, there's a complaint and there's a complaint. There's a complaint of an investigation, which we call a complaint. So your complaint, so it's just semantics, right? So you've the complaint that you have forwarded to Central Saanich was related to harassment, right? That was the complaint, the initial complaint.
Would you like to read my complaint in fulsome, and then we can get back to this? Because my complaint that I've placed, which I've been very clear about, is with regard to the way the investigation was handled and the shortcomings for CS 221733.
Right. But these are just shortcomings that you believe. So they're just shortcomings.
I don't know why you're trying to bait me into
I'm not trying to bait
assuming that I am not. I don't like. I have a right to make a complaint.
Yes.
When I
okay.
So
let's
why are you trying to make it seem like I shouldn't be here? Why do you think I shouldn't be here?
Who invited you to be here?
You invited me here.
Okay.
And now
so,
you're asking me all these questions that make me feel like I shouldn't be here.
No,
Okay, good. So I am happy. I have done every step that I'm supposed to do. I have placed my complaint. I have sent it to you.
All right, so here's what we'll do.
I am just asking you to do your job. That is all I'm asking you to do.
Well, okay.
Thank you.
All right. So, I will review this in detail, and I will get back to you with what I believe is appropriate.
Thank you very much.
And then we'll go from there.
Thank you. And I am available if you want to talk to me about any of these issues once you've done your review and your investigation. I'm happy to talk at that point.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. So that's it.
Yeah.
So I'm as I said, I'm going on leave for 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be
Enjoy
back.
your vacation. I'm happy you have the time off.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So I will get back to you likely. I don't get back to work till the 1st of August. So it'll be
a while.
a week or so after that.
Totally
All right?
fair. Thank you very much.
But I don't want you to go here with the wrong impression. Is our investigators, and if I sound defensive to you, it's because I recognize the effort that was put in here on this investigation. And from what I've seen, and again, I have to look at the additional information that you've forwarded, but what I've seen so far is that he did a good job. He did a good job with, and the expectations of the public sometimes, and a complainant like yourself in this case, and I'm talking about the complainant in the sense of not complaining about the investigation, but the complainant who's bringing forward the investigation related to the harassment that you feel like you're under, right? sometimes their expectations about what the police can do, what they should do, what they legally can do, is different from the reality, right? And you're aware of that, I'm
Correct.
sure. So that's what I'm trying to establish here, is that just because you think something should happen or should have been done isn't necessarily the way reality is, right? So
I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
Thank you for prefacing that. I have definitely taken that into consideration, especially with writing my complaint. I do feel that my complaint has very specific details. It's not just a generalization. There's very specific areas that I do feel, stones were not unturned that could easily have been unturned.
yeah, well, I mean, I saw, a lot of the numbers.
Yeah, he's done a fantastic job. I'm not sitting
Okay.
here saying that, overall horrible.
Yeah.
It's just I do see where the extra lengths could have been taken, and that's
But
the
he's
part.
outlined the
You know what?
review of the file that I've seen. He's outlined exactly what he's done,
I
and it was
don't feel
reasonable.
comfortable talking about what has and hasn't been done until you have fully read the complaint that I've put forward. Because at this point, what you're telling me is showing me that you're already biased going into this investigation. That
Well,
you
I'll
have
tell you,
basically heard
where's
from
my,
him,
I'm open.
but you haven't heard from me. And so
I'm
I am
open-minded, but I
Okay.
have. I've read a lot of your material, okay, and I've because there's material and emails that have gone back and forth between you and Corey. that
I've
seen.
also forwarded that on to you to
Right.
show just
Yes.
how frustrating I've felt,
Yeah.
and this is also
Yeah.
the basis. So, because we did put a pin in asking for a different investigator.
Yeah.
That is
But that's not going to happen. I'll tell you that right now.
okay. So, and the reason you're looking at me saying, where did I get this idea from? I have a counselor related with victim services that told me specifically that I need to be asking for a different investigator on this case.
Okay.
So that is
Well,
where that came
in
from.
all due respect to the counselor, I'm not going to tell her how to do her job, but she shouldn't also tell us how to do our job.
But I do believe that, her instructing me that I can ask for another investigator
You can,
probably
but-
was not
But I'm
that
telling
far
you
out
that
of
you
her
want-
realm.
That Corey is one of the better investigators, probably in the CRD district, because he's
keep
formerly
hearing that.
of Victoria. So,
Well, okay,
this
but-
is what I'm trying to say, is that you know,
So I understand that he has a reputation that precedes him. However, it doesn't make him invincible
of course,
for missing
absolutely,
things.
absolutely agreed. We have to look at everything case by case, which I'm willing to do.
And all that I'm asking for is take a look at the case and then let's talk about it together afterwards.
All right.
I don't want to hear your biased opinions about how fabulous Corey is prior to
I
you
didn't say
even reading
fabulous. I'm saying that he is, because you asked for a different investigator.
So there's
I
two
told
things
you,
going on.
I told you that he's a competent investigator. So you're not going to get any other investigator. Has any more
I'm
skills
not
than
asking
Carrie.
for an investigator better than Corey. I am asking for a different investigator based on how he does not seem to be able to communicate with me. His back
But I'll
gets
tell
up.
you what.
You're talking over
Everybody-
me, and I've been told multiple times to stop talking over people, so I'd like the same respect. Corey has multiple times left in exasperation, frustration, when all I've been trying to do is get answers. I am somebody that asks a lot of questions. I am somebody that gets to the bottom of things. I don't leave any stone unturned, right? So I'm not asking for someone better. I'm not saying, hey, he sucks, I want someone better. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying I'd like an investigator that I can actually communicate with, because for the benefit of everybody involved, the benefit of me, the benefit of you guys, having someone that I can actually communicate with, I think would be very helpful for everybody. Because I'm not here to make trouble. I'm not here to make frivolous complaints. Like, you can see how much work I've put into all of this, right? That's why I'm asking.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll leave it at that. I'll let you get back to your son
Thank you.
and have a good rest of the day.
I appreciate it. And you have a fantastic vacation.
And you can maybe send me a copy of that.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
No problem.
See you later.
Thank you. All right, honey, let's go to badminton.